At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget is giving away a laptop every day in the month of July at 8 p.m. Earn 3 times the entries on Sundays. Ask about our bingo specials, lower buy-ins, higher payouts, and free gifts. Where their fun never stops, the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News 46 is also brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. News is also brought to you by Hope Counseling Services, where we specialize in behavioral health, inspiring hope for a brighter tomorrow. Call 775-727-0101 for more information.
Tonight on News 46, the town experiences a power outage.
An electrical fire causes a home to burn.
And the mother of a baby left in a car speaks up. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Fuentes and Monique Murphy. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, July 12th, 2012. I'm Zach Fuentes.
And I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. 1,600 Valley Electric members lost power this afternoon. Lightning caused 2 of the 3 outages. The third was bird-caused. The outages were near the center of town, north to Mesquite Road and west to David Street. Crews worked furiously to restore the power in about an hour and a half. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and the Nye County Sheriff's Office, as well as Desert View Hospital, all lost power. The hospital's massive generators kicked in flawlessly for their patients. If you have friends or relatives in the area that may not be in good health, it's recommended that you check on them for safety reasons. There also has been reports of flooding throughout the town, in particular Bella Vista and Simpkins. Please be careful in these areas of flooding. It's best to take an alternate route around the area rather than drive through.
An air conditioning unit is possibly the reason why a home caught fire yesterday afternoon on the south end of town.
We were dispatched for a report of a structure fire. Initially, it was reported to be an air conditioning unit of some type on the outside of the house, which was well involved in the fire and was in direct connection with the structure. Upon arrival, we found a double-wide manufactured dwelling. We actually had flame on what we call the CD corner, which is the corner of the house and where it meets the side. And we had fire showing. It was presenting in the roof line. Crews made a good aggressive interior attack, halted the forward progress. They protected the exposures, which consisted of 2 vehicles and a detached 2-car garage. No injuries considering the heat and the humidity today. The guys and gals just did an awesome job, and it halted the forward progress of the fire in a timely fashion.
Lieutenant, we send the crews in to do a search.
Absolutely. We always want to go and look, see if there's anybody in there, any animals, persons. And the initial one came back negative, secondary came back negative.
And there's some arcing going on.
That'd be the power pedestal order that was involved. And Valley Electric's on scene now to shut down that power and make it a little easier for us.
What's it like to fight the fire around when you have some live electricity like that?
You just use a greater degree of caution. You know, notify everybody. Chief did a great job telling everybody that we had the condition there, and so it was something we were able to watch out for.
What equipment do we have on scene?
You have an engine company. You have a tender for water supply. Number of medical units that were actually out on other calls and transitioned over. So again, a good assortment, full crews, including volunteers. RIT team was in place. Everything was done real safe. Make sure, because as you mentioned earlier, had electrical arcing equipment, and that appears to be the area of origin too, which appears to be a power pedestal. And so we're going to be looking at that for the investigation today. But extra caution taken concerning the unknown status of any occupants, electrical arcing, and a fast-moving fire.
And as we head into our first break, here's Mr. Moviefone with a rundown of what's happening this weekend at the movies.
I'm Mr. Moviefone. Looking to beat the heat in a nice, cool movie theater? Then stay tuned for my weekend movie preview next.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Happy weekend, everybody! This week at the movies, a little calm before the Dark Knight storm as only one wide release hits theaters. But what better way to beat the heat than a nice, cool theater and a movie with a lot of ice? Scrat! And all his prehistoric friends are back in the latest installment of Ice Age, Continental Drift. An incident with an acorn triggers an earth-altering event that sends the popular prehistoric animals on an epic adventure. The real deal? Well, starting to feel a little long in the saber tooth. Even as the franchise starts to drift and melt away, there's still enough there to keep the undemanding youngsters engaged for an hour and a half or so. So for them, I'm in! Okay, how about a couple movies for grown-ups this weekend? First, a mystical tale set in a southern bayou, Beasts of the Southern Wild.
I'm your daddy, and it's just my job to take care of you, okay?
The movie follows a 6-year-old girl named Hush Puppy, whose Delta community is facing a natural disaster of epic proportions. Temperatures soar, ice caps melt, and waters rise, leaving the tight-knit group stranded, and only the young girl's strong will and imagination can help them survive. The real deal? Unlike anything you'll see this summer, Beasts of the Southern Wild is an amazing journey with a little girl you will never forget. Serious? She's awesome? I'm in. And if you haven't seen it already, now might be the perfect time to check out the new Wes Anderson flick, Moonrise Kingdom.
Dear Susie, here's my plan. Dear Sam, my answer is yes. Dear Susie, 1. Dear Sam, where?
Yes, the director of movies like Royal Tenenbaums and Fantastic Mr. Fox takes us to 1960s-era New England, where two unique 12-year-olds hatch a plan to run away together in the wilderness. As they fall in love under the stars, a hunt ensues to find them. Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, and Frances McDormand co-star. The real deal? Quirky, imaginative, and full of great characters, Moonrise Kingdom is funny, lovely, and the perfect antidote to big summer blockbusters. I'm in! Now remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second review, so much more, go to Moviefone.com. And if you want to write me a note, it's Facebook.com/Mr. Moviefone, or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Moviefone. What is being dubbed as a big timber fire began last night at 5 p.m. The fire could be seen from all over Pahrump, and reports also came from Las Vegas. The lightning-caused fire was mistakenly first reported as 2 fires because of the location on the ridge near Cold Creek and Indian Springs. Now, Ray Johnson from the Forestry Service said this afternoon that a helicopter over the area confirmed that only 10 acres total has burned. 2 20-person crews were en route this afternoon from the Division of Forestry Conservation Corps. However, they have been delayed, experiencing weather in the form of rain and lightning. The fire is under control at this time due to the rain.
And recently, a baby was left in a car at the community pool while under the care of a babysitter. News 46's Zach Fuentes spoke to the mother of that child, Rachel Tarragano, about the incident.
As far as I was told, the lifeguard said that they pulled him out of the car. He was hot and red and sweaty, and that they had gotten him wet to cool him down, and had called the paramedics to come and check him out. They said he had only been in the car about 5 minutes, which still is, a lot of time for a baby. But, it wasn't 15 minutes. He would be dead if it had been. I guarantee that, because I would have too. He's okay. The woman who did leave him in the car was fired.
What is the name of the daycare that you left your son at?
Learning Depot.
Do you know the lady's name who had taken him to the pool and left him in the vehicle?
Her name is Veronica. The state is now investigating further into the daycare and going to decide further. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to decide, what's going to happen, but I was notified today that they are going to be looking into things deeper. She had just started working there probably about 3, maybe 4 months ago.
So when this happened, you were at home?
I was cleaning out my garage because we're getting ready to have a yard sale at my house. And I have not had a day off in like 3 weeks. I had been working at Area 51 Fireworks. It was only a seasonal job, and the season ended, so now I have a day off. So I was just trying to get control back over my house, and it's easier when he's in the care of somebody else, so I'm not like running him over or anything.
So the lady, obviously she's a daycare teacher. She cares for other people. Do you know around how old she was? Was she a licensed daycare teacher, any of that?
As far as I know, she is the woman that had him in the car, was licensed, and she's older than me. I'm not exactly sure how much older than me, but she is an adult.
And were you aware that they were going to the pool that day?
They go to the pool all the time usually, and usually he's with the other woman that owns the daycare. And for some reason, he just got put into the other car this time, and she forgot him in there, I guess.
So when you were called, how quick did you get to the scene?
I didn't even grab my license, my purse, or anything. I just grabbed the keys and shot out the door.
And how do you feel towards the lady now? Are you hoping that charges are pressed and that she does get prosecuted with this?
I'm hoping that things are taken care of properly and that she does have like the consequences for what she did. I know she feels terrible since I've seen her around and stuff, but I'm going to be more cautious, obviously, as to what's going on with my child.
So was she arrested and taken into custody?
No, she was not arrested that day. The police needed to dig in deeper, I guess, and make sure the stories were all lining up or something. I'm not sure. And said that they would get back to her on whether she was going to be charged with the misdemeanor of child neglect or not.
So you are going to continue sending your son to that daycare?
I will continue sending him to the daycare now that she has been fired, and I know that it is being taken care of properly because I trust the woman who owns the daycare, not necessarily the worker that had been working there, but the woman who owns it, and she is making sure that she is doing better on her workers.
Tell us a little bit about your son. How old is he?
My son is 11 months old. He will be a year next month. I'm so excited. He's super smart. He stacks things up so he can reach things, like on shelves or whatever, and so I have to be careful what I put where. But he's such a little ball of joy.
And he is your only son, right?
Yes.
And you're a single mother?
Correct.
So it was really important for you to be able to find decent daycare for him?
Correct.
We'll be right back after this break, so please keep it here.